Okay, you promise and deliver junkies, this is what's coming. I'm about to tell you why I think Kimberlé, the founder of Sweet Baby Inc., is a genius. I'm not joking, or am I? I'm gonna jump into the legacy gaming news outlets talking about the Sweet Baby Inc. drama by not talking about it at all, or taking Sweet Baby's side while maligning the gamers. That's igniting Gamergate 2, or is it 2.0? Then I'll mention gaming royalty like the creator of God of War trying to hold water for Sweet Baby Inc. because feminist sensitivity readers and Kratos are a match made in you were lucky they didn't exist back then to cancel you. Then I'll mention genjutsus, hypnosis, kimnosis, before ending it with why the gaming industry was ripe for the taking for companies like Sweet Baby Inc. and women like Kimberlé. There's the promise, now the delivery. This is Escape Box. This is Kimberlé of Sweet Baby Inc. is a genius, and this is gonna be fun. A lot of people on the internet are giving Kimberlé and her company Sweet Baby Inc. a hard time right now, and it may or may not have something to do with, well, this.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups, and if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
Translation.
Oh, yeah, you got a nice gamer studio here, Mr. Company Guy. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Yeah, why don't you open up your checkbook? I got my girl Kimberlé here. You know, she's gonna give you another pitch. Why don't you listen a little more carefully this time?
It may also have something to do with the fact that she claims to have a marketing degree.
But kind of like a pseudo fun fact about me, that's slightly fun, is that I actually have a marketing degree.
Now, hold on a sec. Evaluate consumers' needs and provide products and services to meet those needs. Suicide Squad is barely scraping a player count of 400 players on Steam. Translation. I have an anti-marketing degree. If marketing is selling abstinence to women, I'm getting tips on how to do so from Ice Spice and Sexy Red, cultured and soft-spoken women who know everything there is to know about keeping their legs closed. Which brings me to my point. Gamers, gaming channels on YouTube, people on X, Twitter, everyone is just convinced that Kimberlé sucks. But do you know what I think? I think she's a genius. I mean that, I actually do. She's a total genius. Yes, she also sucks, but hear me out. This person walks into a company and convinces the people at the top, the board, the CEO, the president, whatever, to pay her tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars to tell them how to chase away their customers. I repeat, to tell them how to chase away their customers. Think about that. She walks into a building, a place of business, and she tells a bunch of capitalists to pay her to tell them how to chase away the consumers of their products. And they pay. She walks into a place of commerce, tells the people in that institution to pay her to tell them how to lose money. And they pay. And then when she's done for Spoken, Saints Row, Suicide Squad, Alan Wake 2, she uses the company she lost money for as a reference for the next company. And they pay. Yes, phone those guys. They'll tell you how good I am at my job. They'll tell you how much money I lost them. And they pay. Think about the genius of this woman. Oh no, Escape Box, it's not genius. She's using underhanded tactics. She's telling people to go get a coffee and threaten the marketing department with the consequences of not hiring consulting companies like Sweet Baby Inc. And is that illegal? Is that extortion? Is that unethical? I don't know. It might be all three. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's working. They love her. Game devs, gaming companies, legacy gaming news outlets, they love her. She'll be a guest speaker at the Game Developers Conference, a guest who they pay to tell them how to lose money. She's a genius. She's an absolute genius. Let's watch her work. Just for a second, let's just watch her work.
And the problem is that we don't just cater to them like, you know, here's something that we think you'll enjoy. We cater to them the way that we cater to like a picky baby. We feed them the same thing that we know that they love, and we keep on feeding it. We're like, here you go, you love it, eat this, eat this, eat this, so that then when they get anything else, they react as a picky baby would, which is be like, oh, no, thank you, I do not want this. And we've actually done this so long that what we're doing is creating an entire nation of picky babies, and they make us scared to deviate from what we actually want to do, just in case these picky babies don't want to play our games. And
Translation. You know those people that give you 7 to 8 out of every $10 you make? Forget those people. Those people. Those people are
an entire nation of picky babies.
Focus on the people that give you $3 or $2 out of every $10 you make. I repeat, the people that give you 70 to 80% of your money don't matter. Focus on the people that give you 20 to 30% of your money. And guess what? They agree with her. They probably paid her to tell them that. And they pay. Genius. Absolute genius. I mean, can you imagine walking into a weapons company like Raytheon and telling them something like that? Can you imagine walking out? Can you imagine walking up to the guy on the side of the road, the guy who's pushing product, and telling him to stop focusing on the fiends, the people that give him 8 out of every $10 he makes, but to focus on the people at the mosque? Can you imagine telling him that and walking away in good health? But there's the legend, Kimberley of Sweet Baby Inc. walking out of one game development studio to the next game development studio, telling them with a straight face to pay her to tell them how to chase away their audience. And they pay. Who else can do this? Elon, Einstein, Da Vinci, none of their IQs could formulate a business as complex as Sweet Baby Inc. But you know what? Let me get serious about this. Calling her a genius it's a bit much. I get it. I concede. Let's call it hypnosis. She's using hypnosis. Kimnosis. She's using Kimnosis to achieve these astonishing results. I mean, look at IGN. Look at Polygon. What have they said about her? Knowing that the Sweet Baby Inc. curator on Steam with over
260,000 followers
has been the biggest story in gaming for the last 2 weeks. Mum's the word, nothing. Kotaku even wrote an article defending her and her company, a lopsided piece of Sweet Baby ass-kissing. PC Gamer, they just wrote an article using Kotaku's article as a reference to defend KB and her sweet bees whilst dismissing the gamers, aka the paying customers who are not happy about her and her Sweet Baby services, effectively starting Gamergate 2.0. And guess what?
IGN, Polygon, and GameSpot
are most likely going to do.
Same thing.
I'm not saying that they'll do it. I hope they won't do it. But they're probably gonna use the articles from PC Gamer and or Kotaku as a reference for fluff pieces for Kimnosis and her company, whilst maligning the gamers, of course, because they have to do that. The key ingredients for every good Gamergate. That's right, it was on the door in my last video, but now it's inside the house, sitting on your couch, drinking your booze, and already calling you names. You are far over there types. You are conspiracy types. You are threatening us without evidence types. You are standing in the way of our socialist utopia types. They haven't used that one yet? Don't worry, they will. And the gamers, don't ever worry about the gamers, because they give as good as they take, and then some. The memes that are soon to flood the streets of the internet will be glorious. But all this chaos will ensue over the next coming months, maybe years. Why? Because Kimnosis. These legacy gaming news publications will most likely throw the
260,000 gamers
who've made their voices heard on Steam under the bus for a person whose greatest contribution to the video game industry is...
Put a tick in it, make her gay.
But I hope they prove me wrong. Please, IGN, Polygon, please prove me wrong. I mean, what she's doing, what her company is doing, going from one game studio to the next, diminishing the quality of their product, tanking the sales of these games. Theoretically, companies like Sweet Baby Inc., if they got got their way, if they got their tendrils into every game development studio, indie or AAA, they could destroy the industry, thereby destroying
IGN, Polygon, and GameSpot.
in the process. But mum's the word, nothing to say. It's just Kymnosis. But you know what? Maybe the AAA side of the gaming industry doesn't deserve to survive. I mean, the associate narrative lead for the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine just came out in full Kymnosis defending Sweet Baby Inc. We already know what the creative director of Spider-Man 2 thinks about gamers' opinions on OP characters.
If she's low OP, I don't give a shit.
You've got the creator of God of War trying and failing to defend SBI twice in full Kymnosis. And this guy created God of War, a game that Sweet Baby Inc. would never ever allow to exist. I mean, imagine a sensitivity reader reading about the things Kratos did to the Furies, Hera, his wife and daughter, the Aphrodite scene. How would the feminism in their blood not compel them to go to Twitter to have him cancelled? But he's defending them in full Kymnosis. Neil Druckmann? Well, he doesn't even need Kymnosis. He's been in the sunken place for years. No, I'm sorry, he is the sunken place. And there you have it, folks, your AAA gaming royalty. Well, some of them, but trust me, a lot of them, if not most of them, share the opinions of the ones I've mentioned in this video. How can any industry hope to survive when the people at the top are willing to pay for someone to tell them how to lose money? Which brings me back to the genius of Kimberlé. Actually, the genius of all the companies like Sweet Baby Inc., Baby Ghost or Ghost Baby, Anita Sarkeesian, Black Girls in Gaming, Minorities in Game, whatever. They saw this. They saw an industry that was ripe for the taking. They saw the soft, delicate panda bears at the top of the gaming industry, panderers who sustained themselves on the bamboo of self-hate, white guilt, white savior complex, affectation, arrogance. All these words, these behaviors, these progressive worldviews adopted to hide what they really are. Insecure. So insecure that when they write a story for a game, they need to pay someone to tell them that it's not offending someone. So insecure that if you tell them that if they don't hire you to read their script for sensitivity, you call them names on Twitter, they'll hire you to read their script. So insecure that they'll hire a woman who's never created anything that generated millions to tell them how to create something that will, by focusing on 20 to 30% of their audience. Where's the logic? Where's the business sense? Where's the anything that connects this to something that would happen in the real world? Nothing. This is Genjutsu. This is Infinite Tsukiyomi. This is Kymnosis. You notice that a lot of these companies like Sweet Baby Inc. are run by women. That's because women can tell when men are insecure. These women, Kimberlé and her friends, irrespective of how they look, they've probably had a few encounters with Chad, Chadron, Tyrone, Chiron, Fongron. I don't know. But don't doubt it, it's probably happened. Because when it's on a silver plate, Chad and Tyrone, they'll come. They just won't come to stay. The point is, these women, they know the difference between a Chadron and an insecure panda bear. And the genius of Kimberlé, the genius of women like Kimberlé, is that they use the insecurities of the panda bears at the top of the gaming industry to put them under a genjutsu of Kymnosis until they were willing to pay them to tell them how to chase away the people who are supposed to buy their games. It might not be the kind of genius you like. It might not be the kind of genius you approve of. Hell, it might even destroy the video game industry. But it is genius. Or is it Kymnosis?